Hey, this is Tim Maria live here again with Grayson Keppler, and we had such a good conversation last time. I wanted to actually learn about diet and performance in athletes. And Grayson, give us some background on your experience with diet, and then we can talk about some tips and some performance enhancing ways that people can look at their consumption.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for having me back on the show, Tim. Um, I think, diet is definitely an overwhelming topic. There's so many diets out there and nutritional advice out there that, which one do you follow? Which is right? Which is right for you? Which is correct for your needs as an athlete? So again, with the same concepts that I use in my training, I just say simplify things, don't overlook things, focus on some details as needed. But the biggest thing is just keeping it simple. I mean, if you're trying to lose weight, you can do so by just dropping protein. A simple thing like that, and
Hmm.
doesn't necessarily mean you need to up your carbs. If you just try and eat clean, plant-based diets. I've experimented with going vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian. I've been on a paleo diet.
Yeah.
So really, I've tried them all. Obviously for me as an athlete, weight hasn't been an issue, but when you're at the top and you're trying to now find those extra 2% gains, you definitely have to look in certain areas where you don't really think about. And the biggest part is in the kitchen. There's actually a saying that a six pack is not made in the gym, it's made in the kitchen, and that's very true. You can go out and do all the workouts and activities, but if your nutrition is not where it needs to be, you're not going to see much performance gain. So yeah, I think just simplifying your diet, eating clean, eating natural. Natural is definitely the crucial part.
What do you
And
mean? What do you mean by natural? Eating natural? What does that mean?
so eating natural, anything off of the land, basically. I live by this rule with my diet. If you can pluck it from a tree, pull it from the ground. If it has two or four legs and runs outside and eats grass, or if it swims in a body of water, it's good for you. If it comes in a can or a bag, stay away from it. So,
It's pretty
it's
straightforward. Yeah.
pretty straightforward. Eating a lot of green vegetables, green leafy vegetables, especially.
Uh huh.
The new hit is kale, dinosaur kale. I do a lot of juicing,
Uh huh.
and in fact, just before I came to work, and I apologize again for the noise in the background. I am at work and it's a bit busy
Well,
today.
that's good.
Um,
Busy is good.
it is, especially in the economy. But yeah, just on my way to work, I stopped off and I had a smoothie. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
finished.
Let's talk from breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, and then kind of some
Okay.
race preps kind of stuff, so people can get some ideas of some thoughts, some new some.
Yeah.
So let's start with
So
breakfast.
So breakfast this morning, I had a gluten-free granola with some walnuts, some berries,
Hmm.
and almond milk, um, the unsweetened almond milk. So I try and cut out sugars in the morning wherever I can, especially before workouts, because you don't want to spike your insulin levels,
Yeah, interesting.
because that doesn't really help with training. You want to try and have sustained energy throughout your training. You don't want to have spikes of energy, in any activity. So this morning, I'll use that as an example. That's the granola breakfast cereal that I had. It had flaxseed in it. So I try and add a lot of little seeds and nuts and berries, anything that can kind of boost the overall nutritional value of the meal.
Hmm.
Um, so I'll allow that to digest, obviously. And then this morning, I went out and did a 6 mile fartlek, which is basically alternating pace over the distance.
Okay.
So in this case, it was a 1 minute on effort, 1 minute off, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. And that was over a 2 mile period within the 6 mile. Um, so then I get home, done the workout, straight into the kitchen I go, and I sink down a recovery drink. This is generally a smoothie.
Hmm.
I'll put in some plant-based powders, protein powders like
Uh
hemp
huh.
powder, chia seeds,
Yep.
flaxseed. Um, Really, I just try and get creative with as much nutrition as I can in my smoothies. The reason I have a smoothie post-workout is basically because your body is at that point now where all the cells have opened up and they're craving nutrients. So having a smoothie in a liquid form is the quickest way for your body to digest that and absorb the nutrients. So instead of eating a solid food, your body's got to spend time to break that down.
Yeah.
So smoothies just, hit the spot immediately. And obviously, you incorporate some berries in that, a banana. You're going to get all your potassium, your electrolytes, all the stuff you lose through sweating. And then berries obviously are antioxidants, so they're going to fight off all the antibodies, keep you healthy, and you'll boost your immune system basically. So yeah, that was post workout.
And then dinner?
Dinner.
Or what's next? What's next? Maybe you don't do dinner. Maybe.
Next is actually, well, now I'm at work, so the day gets busy. I'll try and again hit down a smoothie as a snack. As I start feeling hungry, and I'm only eating when I'm hungry. I don't, snack throughout the day. Just eat when you're hungry, and possibly some days I do eat a little bit more than necessary. But I try and do it to where I look at the next day, and if I'm going to burn, if I have a big session, I'll try and fuel up a bit more. So yeah, just the snacks, maybe like a tuna salad or a salad with some grilled chicken. So yeah, just tuna salads, and again, lots of leafy vegetables, and that's kind of my lunch, my go-to for that. And then drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated throughout the day.
Cool.
Today, actually, I won't have a second session. I'm kind of in a rest period right now.
Okay.
But on days when I have two to three workouts scheduled, I will obviously go back to having a smoothie before my workouts, about an hour before. And then I'll go do that workout and again revert back to smoothies. So I think a lot of my diet is liquid based foods.
Interesting.
Juicing and that type of thing. And then dinner, try and get it in quite early before you don't want to eat right before you're about to jump in bed. So eating at about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. I tend to get in bed around 9:30. So anyway, it's just basically clean eating, grilled chicken, lean proteins, and lots of vegetables is the go-to.
Now, when I go hiking, I see these different additives for water and stuff like that. When you're out training, are you adding anything to your water, or are you just straight water?
Yeah, I actually, on a long session over 2 hours, I'll carry a electrolyte replacement. If the session is anything shorter than 2 hours, I'll generally just do it on water. And that's just really to just train the body to search for those fuels a bit more. I wouldn't recommend that to everyone. You got to look at your fitness level and make sure you're capable of that, because some athletes aren't as fit as others, obviously, and so they may require electrolyte replacements over an hour versus over 2 hours.
So everybody has their own different body types, and you got to find something that works for your body type and your blood type.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And then on the bike, if I have a long bike session, I'll tend to eat quite a bit. Actually, Sunday I did about a 90-mile ride over a 4.5 hour period. And I was counting my calories afterwards, just with all the spare wrappers that I had stashed in my pocket. And I actually burned with everything I ate, just solid food, not even the liquid in my bottle, but the solid food. I had probably about 1,500 calories stashed in my pocket.
Interesting.
So
cool.
Yeah, just staying hydrated and fueled up on long activities is definitely key.
Cool. Well, hey, Grayson, that's really cool to get your intel on this. We'll have to have you maybe send us some ideas on some books. I think you said there's some different resources out there, and some of your own ideas. Maybe you have some smoothie recipes and stuff you could provide, because I know I want it, and I'm sure some friends do as well.
Well, something quickly, if anyone's got access to Netflix or even online, I know you can find some of the documentaries. Some that might startle people is Hungry for Change. That's one of the documentaries that they could get started on. Very, very informative and definitely eye-opening to what the products are all about out there.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Well, hey, Grayson, thanks for your time again and taking time out to educate everybody as part of the show. And super cool. I look forward to catching up with you after your next big race and kind of hearing the details.
Thanks, Tim.
Okay, cheers.
All right, bye.